There is a tiny percentage of UFO cases that have no rational explanation. These UFOs could actually be of extraterrestrial origin, and some of the most interesting evidence comes in the form of old photos that were taken before the age of drones and Photoshop, when there really shouldn't have been anything up there flying around besides early planes, and when complex photo manipulation was next to impossible. Here are some of the most compelling old UFO pics. 1870, USA. Mt. Washington, New Hampshire. This photo is dubbed the oldest UFO photograph ever taken. This item was the subject of bidding at eBay in 2002, when finally the photo was purchased for $385 by Samuel M. Sherman, who was the president of Independent International Pictures Corp. This was originally a stereo photograph. Certainly it was difficult to manipulate photos at that time, and remember, there were no flying objects then, at least, not from this world. 1920, USA. The only thing known about this picture is that it was taken somewhere in the United States in the early 1920s. The hilly terrain indicates that it could be on either the west or east coast, and is less likely in the central flat part of the country. Wherever this is, the object up and to the right of the horse-drawn transport looks to be a flying object in the sky at a time when biplanes were rare and monoplanes didn't quite exist yet. 1937, Canada. The story goes that 21-year-old soldier Leonard Lamoureux snapped this image in 1937 while visiting the brand new Vancouver City Hall. Here's the full description. The two were suddenly astounded to see a bright blue light drop straight down from the sky. It became larger as it did so, and they were able to observe the source of the light as an object that Leonard described as two saucers' open ends facing each other, glowing bright blue. The object then moved dead straight horizontally across the sky. When it just appeared to clear the flagpole on the roof of the City Hall, it came to an almost dead stop and Leonard clicked the shutter on the camera. The object then shot straight back up into the sky. They never seen anything fly so fast. 1942, China. This World War II era photo was discovered in an old Chinese scrapbook. It was taken by a sidewalk photographer, who snapped a picture of the strange object and then sold it. It shows a UFO in the sky above at Tianxian Street, and there appears to be at least one person pointing at it. 1943, Japan. Many are the photographic evidence of strange and unidentified flying objects. One of its best examples is in this photograph, a Japanese Sally bomber that flies over the Japanese Sea in 1943, followed by a dark sphere. 1950, USA. May 8. This is one of the most famous UFO pictures ever taken. Photographed by Paul Trent, and first witnessed by his wife. They were published in a local newspaper in McMinnville, Oregon, shortly thereafter. Soon, the Trent photos were published in Life magazine edition of June 26, 1950. The rest is history. These photos have been deemed authentic for over 50 years. One of the best early photographs of a UFO. 1953, Italy. This photo was captured by Giuseppe Stillo shortly after a city diplomat named Alberto Perigo described a UFO sighting in the Vatican City. It was the first known case of a UFO sighting in Italy. 1956, South Africa. This photo is one of 7 taken by meteorologist Elizabeth Clara just before a thunderstorm. Its authenticity has been confirmed in a notarized affidavit, and she stood by her story until she died in 1994 at the age of 83. 1957, USA. Lake Isabella, California, confirmed as authentic by Kodak Labs. This photograph was taken by a man and his fiancée while they were riding their Harley-Davidson through the southern Sierra Nevadas. 1960, Argentina. The witness was a high-ranking officer of the Argentinian Air Force, AAF, Hugo F. Niati, then a captain of the AAF assigned to the Air Force School for Sub-Officers located in the city of Córdoba. At approximately 4:30 p.m., he was in the area of Villa General Belgrano, about 70 kilometers from the city of Córdoba, when he suddenly noticed a rather close and unusual object hovering near the ground to the right of the road. The object was conical in shape, The color of the object was a uniform dark gray, and the surface was perfectly smooth without J.